Hey everybody, thank you for tuning in to my channel Special Head. I'm Danny Wolverton, and today I'm going to talk about why I dressed up like a homeless man with a prosthetic old man mask, and why I went onto a subway train and floated. First, I'm going to get some background music going with this Regina music box at my grandmother's house. Look at this cool disc right there. It's like a giant music box. So basically this was twofold. One, there's the obvious don't judge a book by its cover moral, and directed towards homeless people, because homeless people are treated like second-class citizens. Some people don't even treat them like they're human, when really there's so much potential there, and there's still things that a homeless person can offer society. So it's not fair to just write them off because they look funny or smell funny. But even deeper than that, I wanted to pose this question about mental illness, about what is crazy. Because I think that mental illness is something that's really misunderstood, and people are labeled as having an illness, a mental illness, when really their minds are just more unique than our minds. Really, they're labeled as crazy because they think in a different way than we do. And I wanted people to reanalyze why are they calling somebody crazy? And children are diagnosed with mental disorders at a young age and fed Ritalin, given speed, because their parents can't handle their hyperactive behavior. When really these kids are really smart, these hyperactive kids. And when they're taken to a doctor and told, oh, you have a mental illness, which is being hyperactive or attention deficit, it automatically puts these children in a position where this becomes part of their identity. They're trying to discover their identity and who they are. And right off the bat, they're being told that they're one of the kids that has mental problems. Maybe that kid who's labeled as crazy really just has different thought patterns, perceives the world in a different way than the rest of us. And maybe that uniqueness is an attribute, is a gift that can be used to come up with new discoveries, new creativity. And here we are stifling that with medication. A lot of the most intelligent people in the world are also labeled as crazy. They're also diagnosed with mental disorders. But really, the deeper thing I was posing about mental illness is that maybe some mental illness is caused by people that have received too much information, too much knowledge in their brain. For example, with astral projection, if somebody astral projects and they don't know what they're doing, they don't keep the tether of the umbilical cord to their soul from their body. Part of their soul can become lost in the astral plane, not able to reconnect back to the body. And the sad fate for these people is they become very crazy. The other thing that I suspect and I wonder about is that, you see, the light of God is so bright that it would blind us humans if we looked at it directly. That's why the prophets, the manifestations, Jesus, Moses, Buddha, Zoroaster, Christ, Muhammad, these are like mirrors. They're able to reflect the light of the sun, or the light of God, so that we can see it, so that we can view it on this earthly plane. One of the prophets, Baha'u'llah, was asked by one of his followers, may I see the afterlife? And Baha'u'llah said, no. If you saw the afterlife, you would not want to exist on the human plane. But the follower begged him, and finally Baha'u'llah said, okay, I will let you see the afterlife. The person went and saw the afterlife, and when they returned, they became so stricken with sadness and depression and grief. All they wanted to do was to return to the afterlife because it was so grand, it was so magical, they could not bear to live in this earthly body, in this earthly world, that they went insane, locked in mental hospitals, and eventually they killed themselves. So maybe that crazy person that you see that's jabbering, maybe he's speaking in tongues and he's about to do something amazing. Maybe he witnessed things so far beyond human comprehension that his mind has become crushed with the weight of such enlightenment and his inability to express it in words. Maybe that's why he's left rambling about crazy rants, trying desperately to communicate this to, us common people, and he can't formulate it into words that people can comprehend. So we just write him off as crazy. I do these things because I want you to question reality. I want you to question the notions that you have, because probably a certain extent of them has been created by society itself, been created by the environment that you live in. You might not believe me, but a lot of the beliefs that you have been indoctrinated into your minds by the media, by your churches. So I encourage you to do what the religion I was raised taught me, which was investigate independent investigation of the truth. And realize when you're finding sources of information just to bolster the opinions you already have, the beliefs you already have. Anyways, I'm Danny Wolverton, the Special Head channel. Thank you guys for subscribing. I hope you understood what I was talking about.